Hello, my techie friends. So, today, thank you for watching the previous video. And today, I am going to start with data center. What is data center? And I am really excited with this topic. And I am going to share series of videos of data centers, how it is working, etc. So, today, I am going to cover the functionality of data center, which is how data center look like and how we are making it. So friends, suppose if you want to watch YouTube, so it should not be stored in some local device, or if you want to Google something, it should not be stored in some local places. It should be somewhere stored at a data center. And let us suppose if we make our computer or system as a host, we cannot make available 24 into 7, or we cannot make the system on for more than 1 month, because otherwise the system will not work. As well as we cannot go ahead with internet connection of always. In case of there is a failure in the internet connection, our data will gone, right? So that for that we require data center. And for making things like, okay, if someone want to access the data at 2 a.m. in the morning, they can access it. Okay, so yeah, I will cover those topics today. And on top of it, I am planning to take or planning to start some SDN videos on ACI. So stay tuned for my next series of videos. So you might have seen this picture earlier, server. So this is the server which have the hard drive, which have the CPU, which have the RAM, which have graphic card, which can have all the database information, which can have gaming server, which we can make it as a file server, similar kind of things. And if we are taking those information into the server, so we can store those information into the server exactly. And if we want to share it with a multiple host or with a single host, we can do it. And that's the result of high availability, high latency, and obviously there should be no problem with the host. Like, okay, if I want to share with some host, I can do that. So this is the server. You might have seen this picture. So I have taken the Cisco UCS server as in a picture. So I will go into what do you mean by rack server and what are the different things we can consider and how data center looks like. So if this server put it in a different rack, let's say the first one, the left hand side. So I put one server, on top of it other server, so many server in a one rack, that is called rack server. So each server will be having, RAM, CPU, hard drives, graphic cards, and this single individual rack is called rack server. And in data center we will be having multiple rack server. So obviously there will be a more heat, or there will be more it should be always available. So we need to consider all the aspects. So making sure the things should be properly, we need to make it as a data center. So we can call it as a data center because it will have the multiple rack server available. And obviously if we are creating the multiple rack server, or if we are creating a data center, it should be always available. There should be no downtime. Okay, and always we should be aware, like the data center should be located at where their natural calamity like flood will not come. or it will have the very rare chances to come to the flood. Okay, and obviously I have data center, let's say customer data information, so it should be secure, highly secure, and obviously it should be highly secure, like no one can access the internal data. So this is the basic things in a data center. So now we discuss about how we are making the data center. Now how it is working. So for making sure data center should work, we need to purchase some domain name, and where we require some hosting. So data center, let's say this is Cisco data center. So Cisco data center has given some hosting to some hosting provider, right? Or let's say this is for some hosting provider where they can book some rack. Either they can book some rack, or they will book some server inside of it. Also, if there is a shared service they want to do, let's say they don't want to use many applications, so there will be less, so they don't want to waste some money, right? So they will take some spaces in the hard drive of that particular server, and then they can go ahead and understand, and they can they will go ahead and make sure things will work properly. So this is the hosting requirement. Now sometimes it happens like, okay, few people they are using shared hosting, but in few out of few, one will be having more traffic to the same server. So in that case, if there will be more traffic in the same server, and if it is a shared hosting, obviously the hosting will impact the others, because in one of the server we are one of the server, it is a shared hosting, we are getting more number of traffic. So yeah, this is the basic idea of hosting and how it is working. Now let us suppose my data center is in Hyderabad, and someone from Hyderabad want to access few things. They can do it fastly as compared to those who are sitting in Delhi, because they are much nearer to that particular data center. But one thing is, like, obviously they should be having the good internet speed, right? So, and let us suppose, and why we require multiple data center? The reason is the kind of redundancy. Like in case of failure of one data center, obviously there should be some backup, right? Backup of data, backup of information. And let's say one data center is in Hyderabad, one data center is in Australia. So obviously if someone want to access few things from Australia, and if there is a no data center, let's say in earlier case, so in that case there will be more latency. To make sure things will work properly, if data center will be available in Australia also, the guy who is sitting in Australia, they can access the things properly. Okay. And another thing is, let's say I have uploaded few things today in Hyderabad, and it will take some time to get the copy stored in data center that is available in Australia. So for that, if someone wants to access the data from Australia during that time, right, it will be having little bit of latency, but during that time only. But once the Australia data center will receive that particular copy of the file, or copy of the images, or copy of the upload, there will be no latency problem. And if, let's say, if Hyderabad data center fails, in that case, if I want to retrieve the data as a backup, etc., I can go ahead, or if I want to make sure the network should not be interrupted, I need to make sure, for that I need to go ahead and access the data from Australia. So these are the high level view of data center overview. Thank you for listening.